think you're from another world, and I couldn't love another girl, 'cause you make me feel like I'm in time.
Hello, this is Alex Marshall from The Cab, and you are watching Turn It Up Promos.
So you guys released a new album entitled Symphony Soldier this summer, and it quickly rose to the top 10 on iTunes. How did that feel?
It was pretty unreal. You know, we went into this recording it independently. We self-funded it, and we didn't really go in with any expectations. You know, if you have a bunch of expectations, you're just setting yourself up for failure. So it was pretty unbelievable. People were tweeting me, actually kids tweeted me before I actually saw it, and they were like, do you know you're in the top 10 right now on iTunes? And I had no idea, so it was awesome.
What was the inspiration behind the album? Was it like real life situations, or?
I think we pull from real life situations and some that aren't real life situations. It just depends on really the music. You know, I usually draw from music before I do like a melody or lyric, anything like that. I think each song has its own personality and it comes from the music. But you know, on the record there's sex songs, there's love songs, there's heartbreak, there's all of that. I mean, we're just real people and we feel all of that. So that's what we wanted to come across.
On the topic of all the different types of songs, I know you guys wrote a lot for the album. How was the process picking them out? Like which ones you wanted to put on there?
It's like abandoning children. It's terrible. You know, it's when it comes down to having so many songs, we did like 120 to 150 songs for the record. You know, there's like groups, you have to like group them. So you have like the slower ballads, and then you have the upbeat rock songs, you have the sex songs, you have all of that. And when it comes down to having that many songs, you have to just group them together, and you just got to find the best, and you just have to go with it, and you have to cut a few, unfortunately.
And speaking of cutting songs not being released, a question we always hear fans asking is, 2012 going to be the year Crown is released?
Shit, I hope. I hope, man. You know, we don't like to rush the song process. I feel like instead of writing a bunch of songs and releasing mediocre songs, you should release 10 or 12 songs that are awesome. And you know, like La La, for example, on Symphony Soldier was started a few days after we recorded Whistleblower. Like once we finished that, La La was born. That was 2-3 years ago, and now it's out. With Crown, it's going to be the same thing. You know, I started writing Crown the day we were recording the Lady Luck EP. We were in the studio, and I just felt inspired, and we started writing it. So you know, it's not ready yet. It's close, but we just have to find the right producer for it. But we'll put it out, and I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
And on the topic of Symphony Soldier and all this, where did the name originate from?
The Cab. You're saying The Cab or
Symphony Soldier?
Symphony Soldier was actually out of a Cab demo, which is also very old. But it kind of just sums up what we had to go through to get the record out. You know, Symphony is a body of music, and Soldier fight. They fight for what they believe in. And we believe in music, and we fight our battles through music. So it just summed up what we had to go through to get it out.
And speaking of all that, you had a pretty long break until returning last year. So, do you feel like the break helped you guys as a group and your music grow, or?
Yeah, you know, on the first record, we were so young and we were so green. We didn't really know, our identity. We just had a bunch of songs and we just recorded them and put it out. You know, over touring for 4 years and then having that time off really helped us and myself hone in to who we really are as people and as musicians. And I mean, if you were to ask me this same question on the next record, I would say now we're so much different than we were now. You're just constantly growing and changing, so yeah.
And how does it feel to have such dedicated fans sticking by you through all the years?
That is literally the only reason that we are probably still going. You know, we are very personally invested in our fans, and our fans are very personally invested in us. And you know, we like to run the show like a family, not like us and them. We're all one.
And these are song questions. What song out of all of them means most to you?
I would say Lovesick Fool. Most personally invested song on the record for me.
And which song was the fastest for you guys to write?
Lovesick Fool.
And which song do you think people can relate to most?
Oh, wow. Probably Living Louder.
Mind if I come in?
Yeah.
And
So we're good? We good? We good? I'd say Living Louder.
how do you choose your set list? So like,
It's usually not that hard. You kind of, depending on the tour, it varies per tour. You know, if you're on tour with Colby Clay, you're not going to be playing Animal. And if you do, it might be a little more acoustic than the rocked out version. Yeah, it just depends. You want to cater to the crowd, and if the crowd is, you know, different on one tour, then you need to cater to them.
and you had your single "Bad" played on the radio. Have you ever heard it?
I have. And we actually, they just added La La on Sirius, so we just heard that as well, and it's pretty unbelievable. It's pretty cool. It took us a long time to actually get on the radio, so once we heard it, it felt pretty good.
And if you had to describe your music style in 3 words, what would they be?
Wow. Soulful pop rock. What was that?
This one's by her.
Uh-oh.
If you guys were in a horror movie, which one of you would die first?
Probably Joey. Not gonna lie. Probably Joey.
And the Everything's Fine Symphony Soldiers coming to an end. Looking back, how was the experience? Was there a moment that stuck out to you more, or any highlights?
Not really a particular moment that stuck out. It was pretty much a crazy ride the whole time. Somerset is a group of characters, to say the least. It's definitely sticking out as the best tour I've ever been on.
And what's in the future for the Cab? Anything new you guys are planning? Any new tours?
We are going overseas like a week and a half after this finishes, and then you know, we'll be over there for three or 4 weeks. We'll be back, and we're gonna take a little bit of time off, a month or so, and then we'll be back at it touring.
And last, is there anything you want to say to your fans?
We love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support, and if you didn't catch this tour, please catch the next one in your area.
But until the one